Okay. Post week 15 power rankings. I didn't mess it up. Let's get right into it. A lot of hard choices, so let's get right into it though. Okay, post week 15 power rankings. Let's get right into it. First, we got the Titans. Oh gosh. I'll put them in B. They're still a decent team, but they just didn't show anything. They're 9-5. They've lost. Let's see. 3 out of the last 4. They have not been inspiring. They've lost to the Texans. They've lost to the Steelers. They are not looking good. They're still first in their division, but honestly, they're just not the same team without Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, or AJ Terrell. And I mean AJ Brown. I'm talking about healthy Julio Jones too. If Julio Jones isn't healthy, he's not good. Dolphins. Stay in C, and here's I think I put them back to B. Whatever, they're in C though. If they beat the Saints, I'll put them in B. They beat the Jets by 7. Good teams beat them by more than that. Yeah, I know they still won, but they're not a great team right now. They need to be good. They need to play more consistently. Their offense can't turn over the ball. Tua's just got to play a little better. Their defense maybe could be slightly better at some points. They can't. They have to stay in the field longer. I think they'll be a B tier team. Jets, they're awful. They're F tier, of course. They play the Jets this week, most likely for the #1 overall pick. Yeah, it's kind of like the Jets. Yeah, you won it. Get a win. Zach Wilson's been okay the past couple weeks. I like what I've seen from his development. Overall, they're not great. Bengals, yeah, you know you should have won that game, but their offense has been really shaky the whole season, really inconsistent. But when they're on, they're on. Their defense can be really good. It's been pretty consistent. Offense is when it's on, like I said, it's on. They score in bunches. But those bunches haven't really been there for a while. Browns, C tier. I know it was during COVID, but they're not a good team. I'm sorry. The Bengals are a better team than them. They probably could beat the Bengals, but the way Baker Mayfield's been playing, and the fact that they just lost the Raiders and their season's basically over. They're 4th in the division. They're 12th in the conference. I know how crazy that sounds. They could probably honestly be the honestly, any team in the AFC North, if they were they just knocked down the first round. No offense to any team in the AFC North. They'd get beat up by some of the teams they'd have to play. Like Buffalo, I wouldn't want to play. Definitely not Indianapolis. Some of these teams, all teams in the AFC North would get losers in the first round. Unless they solve it. Okay. Jags or Lions, who's it? I'll just back to reveal it to you. Okay. Yep, the Jags are there. They're currently the worst team in the NFL, sitting at 2-12. They stink. They're bad, and that's all I really have to say. Hi, you're back in the basement. Oh yeah. The Lions aren't really much better, but they did beat the Cardinals, so I guess that counts for something. And Campbell's happy. I guess they're an F tier. Vikings, C tier. They're average. Their record says it. Their whole team says it. Their offense is made of a couple stars, a couple average players, a couple bad players. They're kind of a mix. They have some superstars like Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook and Harrison Smith and Daniel Hunter who isn't playing. Eric Kendricks. They have a lot of really talented players. They even have a good quarterback, Kirk Cousins, who just still can't win games. But honestly, they're just an average team. I really don't see anyone. I bet they could probably beat the Packers in Lambeau, but other than that, I really don't know. When they're on though, like a lot of teams. Bucks A tier, you just got shut out at home, but you're still a good team. I know it's 1 week, but my goodness, you can't get shut out at home by the Saints. Saints have a really good defense. That can't happen. San Fran B tier, they're a good team. They're not a great team. They're too inconsistent to be there, but when they're on, they could probably beat they could beat anyone by any amount of points they wish to. But they're really never on, so they're gonna be in B tier. Falcons D tier, I don't really know another team that's just meh. They're 6-8. They beat bad teams. They're gonna win another game. They're probably gonna beat the Lions. They're probably gonna beat the Saints in week 18. They might finish 8-9 and be the worst 8-9 team I've ever seen. They're bad. They're really bad. Ravens C tier, they're They've lost 3 in a row. They're on C tier. They didn't look like they play close to Packers. No, they go in B tier. Since they play close to the Packers and almost beat them, I'm putting them in And with a backup quarterback in B tier, they honestly can just rally around their coach, and as long as he doesn't make stupid calls like he did. But this is still not a terrible team. They have lost 3 in a row. I get that. But here's the thing about them. They are the best team in the AFC North. It's just kind of simple. They have been for the past couple of years, and I really don't want to say anything else. Yeah, I get they have lost 3 in a row. They are really banged up, but they still played close with the Packers. They've honestly, like, they play close in every game. They haven't gotten blown out yet. That's why I'm keeping them beat. They're competitive. That's why they're there. Bears D tier, like, they're not F tier. Like, you gotta realize the Bears are not as bad as the Jets and the Lions. They have a much better. Their quarterbacks look better. Not much better, not really, but he's been looking better. They have a much better defense, so 10 times better defense than these 3 teams. But here's the difference: they are not a good team because they don't have a good head coach. They don't have a good GM. I don't think that really matters at this point, but they just gotta win at least one game. They're not looking good so far right now. Cowboys, I'll keep them in A tier, but my goodness, your offense has to play much better, and the defense is terrible, like literally. Not terrible. Defense I call above average. It's not good. I mean, it's not great, but people think it is. It's a good defense. They have a lot of solid players. They don't have a superstar. I call Micah Parsons a superstar. Maybe. I think he's an all-around playmaker. He's not like elite in one category. That's all I'll put in. But they don't have like one guy like an Aaron Donald where I'm like, elite defense have to have those guys. Their offense is in a slump. That's probably why they're in A tier. They could put up 50 if their offense wasn't in the slump every week, considering they just played the Giants. But then the Texans, the Texans are just bad. I don't really know what else to say. They're 3-11, good for them. They're better than the Jaguars. Other than that, though, they're kind of bad. Colts A tier. They just showed we can win by running the football with our most protected player, play good defense, and not have to throw the ball. They are right now. They are on. They are gonna be really good. They're not the best team, but they're showing they're better than all these teams. They're looking really good right now. Rams, I can't I'll put them in S2. Even when your offense starts off awful, the Rams offense was not good. They didn't start off good at all. But they just bounced back. Yeah, I get it was against the Seahawks. They're the best team in the NFC West. I like my Rams. Hope they keep on winning. That's about it. Chargers B tier. They're gonna be a good team. They're not an A tier team. I put them in B, and here's why. Chiefs are a really good team. They almost beat them. Here's the only catch up with them. Their offense and defense need to play together, kind of like the Rams. When they play together, they win games. Raiders, C tier. They're an average team. Yeah, they beat the Browns on the road. Huge win for them. But they're kind of already done. Like, they need a lot to happen if they want to make the playoffs. They need a lot of help, too. If that somehow happens, like, I hope you guys win a playoff game, but that's about it. Washington, C tier. They're not a D tier team. They're a decent team, but they're obviously not as good as the Cowboys. Obviously not as good as even the Vikings, maybe. They're not a bad team. They're just not a good team. They need a lot to work out. I think they're actually not looking terrible right now, but they need to play a lot better. Like, it was cold with everything, but it just doesn't seem right with this team like last year. Last year they had the defense. They don't have that this year. Chiefs, honestly, probably the second best team in the NFL. They're S tier. They've come back. They've shown, yeah, even when Mahomes misses a couple of times, it doesn't matter. They still win. Saints, C tier, yeah, I get it. They have the best defense in the NFL right now. Like, their offense is doo-doo, though. It's literally worse than the Jaguars. Their offense is so bad. It's just because of injuries. Like, Alvin Kamara, they're just going to, like, load up the box. Their offensive line is really hurt. Taysom Hill's not a good quarterback. I'm saying that. The receivers are all ragtag. They don't have Michael Thomas. Yeah, Michael Thomas would make a huge difference. And Jameis Winston, too. This team's an A-tier team with those 3 guys. And when their defense is on. But they're not a B-tier team, and here's why. The Dolphins are going to beat them. The Dolphins will beat them. I'm just saying that because it's going to happen. Giants, their offense is the worst in the NFL. I'm willing to say that. Maybe not as bad as the Texans. It's really bad, though. Yeah, even with Saquon, like, you need an offensive line. I'm sorry, but that offensive line is bottom 3. I'll name the other 2 worst offensive lines. The Bears is the worst this year so far. Honestly, they're looking pretty putrid. Another one that's bad. Let's see, Steelers. Those 2 are the worst. Panthers is pretty bad. Seahawks is not great. Bills isn't even that good. There's a lot of teams with not very good offensive lines, honestly. The Giants is not the worst, but one of the worst. Honestly, I wouldn't take the Steelers. Honestly, yeah, they're third worst. Their offense is future. Their defense is decent. That's why the defense is the only reason they're not in F. I just don't see the Giants being as bad as some of these teams, but they're really bad. Eagles, still C tier. Yeah, good job, you beat Washington. You didn't really like impress me though. That's the thing. Yeah, I know you can run the football. I know your defense is like a mixed bag. I know your quarterback can be really good, but you just gotta beat a good team. Steelers, they're decent. Like they're just not. They're boring. That's all I'll put it. They can't stop the run. They can't run the football. When you can't do those two things, you're not gonna win. They're not a physical football team, obviously, but they try to finesse their way to wins. They won't do that. They'll get mauled. I mean, mauled by the Browns if they do that. Because honestly, the Browns would beat them if they did that. Yeah, in next week they play. The Browns are just gonna beat up on them. Broncos. Broncos are tough to deal with. They're a C tier team. Honestly, they could be a B tier team. Here's the one problem I have with them. They can't hold a lead against a good team. They can't get a lead against a good team. They run the football. I like it, but they can't get a lead. When they can't get a lead, they don't win. It's just, you need to get the lead. They just don't get a lead. That's my problem. They never get a lead. And even when they do, it's just like, ugh. Packers, they're the best team in the NFL right now. Yeah, I don't really even know what to say. They didn't even play that good against the Ravens. They beat the Rams, better than them. They beat they're better than the Cowboys. They're better than the Bucs. They're better than the Chiefs. I don't really know what to say, but they're the best team in the NFL right now. Best record too. Panthers D tier, they're really bad. Defense above average. Offense almost as bad as the Giants. Honestly, Cam is not good. Like, obviously, he's not good. I just want to put him not good. That's all I really want to describe Cam as. Nothing really much more, much less. They're a dumpster fire right now. They're 2-9 in the last 11. If you didn't know, I'm the type of person to say every year the Carolina Panthers will never be good after like week 6 because they haven't been. They choke. They just lose incredible losing streaks. They're just not the team you want to have a good record because they're just gonna lose it like in a matter of 5 weeks. Cardinals, like, you lost to the Lions. Yeah, I'll put them. If they bounce back, honestly, I'll put them in S. But they lost to the Lions. They got blown out by the Lions. They're in B tier. I'm sorry. You can't get blown out by the Lions and expect to be a good team at all. You gotta be awful. But they're in B tier because they are a much better team than they showed. If they can go on Christmas night in front of the whole entire nation and beat the Colts, I'll put them in S. Like, that just shows, yeah, we lost to the Lions, but we can beat the Colts in prime time. Yeah, they need to, like, that just showed, like, they're better than all these teams. They're up here compared to these teams. But they're here because they got blown out by the Lions. Bills, B tier. They're a decent team. They haven't really shown me anything. I just know they're a decent team because they are talented. They're really talented. They beat the Patriots, they'll go to A tier. They are just not consistent. They're not a consistent football team. That's not why they're in A tier. That's the reason they're not in A or S tier. That's the one concern you have about them. Seahawks, they're the best. Honestly, their offense just wasn't good. Their defense was good though, and I like that their defense is improving. That's why they're better than all these teams. Like, I'd take them any day of the week over these guys. They're competitive with the Rams. They can beat teams. They're not a terrible team. They're just not having it right now. See, Patriots, I'll put them in A. They're gonna beat, I guess they lost to the Colts. They're a better team than the Colts, honestly. They're more well-rounded. But you can't lose like that and expect to beat the Bills. They will beat the Bills, but, like, you can't play like that. Either way, guys, hope you guys like that. It's the end of the post-week 15 power rankings. This was fun to do. A lot of good teams in here. A lot of tough decisions. Like, we got the Jags is the worst team in the NFL. Packers is the best. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's the end of the video. We got, of course, we got the preview for Thursday Night Football tomorrow. That's going to be interesting because Kevin Burkhardt's calling it. If you don't like Joe Buck, you should be happy. Yeah, Cheesy guys calling it. Either way, guys, we got that tomorrow. Like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy. That's the end of the post-week 15 power rankings.